Welcome back to the class. Now next dynasty is Tughlaq dynasty. So under the Tughlaq dynasty, who was the founder of that? First is Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq was the founder of the Tughlaq dynasty. Clear? So Ghazi Malik, who assumed the title of Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. Clear? So he was a founder of Tughlaq dynasty. He was a great and benevolent ruler. He died near Afghanpur because an accident was arranged by his son as well as his successor Jona Khan. So his successor and his son collectively planned his death and he killed by them. So after Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, Muhammad bin Tughlaq, Jona Khan known as Muhammad bin Tughlaq, who planned the murder of Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, Jona Khan. So Jona Khan is known as Muhammad bin Tughlaq. So next ruler, he ascended the throne. When he ascended the throne, 1325 AD. 1325 AD. Clear? So learn the date also. Under the name of Muhammad bin Tughlaq, he raised his power. So he was a learned man and he was also known as a mixture of opposite. Why he was known as mixture opposite? Because number of sensible schemes were planned by him, Muhammad bin Tughlaq, but all whatever the schemes planned by him, that were failed, that not properly implemented. So because of this reason only, he was also called as a mixture of opposites in history. Clear? Now which work done by, which schemes planned by, that we will go through. The first is taxation in Doab. Taxation in Doab. So in order to increase the resources of the government, Muhammad bin Tughlaq increased the land revenue in the Doab area. Clear? So unfortunately, when he increased the revenue over there, one famine affected there. So because of famines, that Doab area, the people of that area were not able to fulfill the revenue. Clear? So when farmers, instead of paying taxes, left their fields, because they were not able to pay the taxes, so they left their fields, and when the Sultan came to know that farmers were left their lease because of this revenue, and the famine also took over there, so he gave liberal loans to them. But he was too late. When he did work for them, he was too late, and the affected population failed to gain much out of these remedial measures, whatever steps taken by the Muhammad bin Tughlaq. So that is the first plan, that he increased the revenue in Doab, but unfortunately because of famine over there, that was not successfully implemented. Next is transfer of capital. Transfer of capital. Next is transfer of capital. A very important step was taken by the Muhammad bin Tughlaq to shift the capital from Delhi to Devagiri. Delhi to Devagiri. Devagiri is also known as Daulatabad. So the capital was shifted because of a number of reasons. As Delhi, he shifted his capital from Delhi to Devagiri because of first reason is that Delhi is centrally located, and Devagiri was Delhi is not centrally located, and Devagiri was centrally located because he has some of the territories over northern area and some of the territories in southern area. So it is very difficult for them to look over all the India. So that's why he shifted his capital from Delhi to Devagiri. And another reason is that because of the threat of Mongol, during that time Delhi was threatened. So he took the step that he shifted his capital from here to here. clear. But Delhi to Devagiri, the distance is very far away. Devagiri also had another advances because he was very far away, so he ordered his public, his people to shifted to shift the people also, but that journey was too long and not safe, so number of people died on the way all because of this changes, clear. And it is written in your book that around 700 miles distance was there, Delhi to Devagiri. So many perished on the way, many died on the way. So this step also, which is taken by the Muhammad bin Tughlaq, failed. And after that, when he realized his mistake, he again ordered his peoples to come back to the Delhi. So it took so many sufferings by the peoples. Next step taken by the Muhammad bin Tughlaq is introduction of a token currency. Introduction of token currency. So because of the economic burden on the treasury during that time, what he did, Muhammad bin Tughlaq, he made the silver coin the same value as he made a silver coin the same value as the another bronze tankas as well as the silver tanka, same value. So what happened after this changes, that when he changed he made the values of silver and bronze same, every house is built mint over there and all are producing the coins at home. So the value is over because it is very difficult to recognize the differences between the bronze and silver, and it also increases the fraudery. Okay, number of fake peoples were there. Okay, differentiate between the real coins and the fake coins was very difficult for the people. So every house is built over there, and monopoly as well as a large scale of treasury was suffer. Clear. So this is also the step, introduction of token currency, that also not fulfilled, and it also failed. Clear. So number of planning was done by the Muhammad bin Tughlaq, but all these plannings were not successful in his career. Clear. So all these expeditions were failed. So after Muhammad bin Tughlaq, Firoz Shah Tughlaq raised to power after his death. So we learn about the Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Firoz Shah Tughlaq. So next is Firoz Shah Tughlaq. He is a cousin of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. So after his death, that raised his power, but Muhammad bin Tughlaq failed because he lacked the support of ulemas and nobles. So he thought that he failed to become happy to everyone. So he tried to made everyone happy in his territory. So hereditary right of land were also given to noble by him, because other kings crushed the power of nobles, but he give right of land or to the nobles in his army. Clear. So he was a great builder. So number of buildings built by them, like Firozabad, Jaunabad, Fatehpur, number of cities built by built by him, as well as after that he was a main great scholar. So he made a number of schools as well as colleges also in his empire. Social affair also done by him, hospitals, rest houses, sarais, all these type of work done by him in his time period. So after his Firoz Shah Tughlaq, Taimur invention. We will learn about the Taimur invention. 1398, the important date 1398 always come in paper, that what happened at 1398. So Taimur invaded India in 1398. So Taimur invaded India during this period. after the death of Tughlaq, death blow to the Tughlaq empire, it was very difficult to recover it. So he weak Tughlaq empire give chance to Taimur to invade India, as others rulers who came to the power were not efficient or able to hold the territory. So Taimur, that Tughlaq dynasty gave chance to Taimur to invade India, golden opportunity for him. So he founded by Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq and came to an end. So after Taimur when Taimur invaded India, Tughlaq dynasty came to an end, and after that a new dynasty was came to power, that is Sayyid dynasty. Sayyid dynasty. So Taimur plundered Delhi and took over the wealth from the Delhi just to beautify the city of Samarkand. He wanted to beautify the city of Samarkand, so that's why he took the wealth of Delhi over there, and he appointed Khizr Khan. Khizr Khan was one of the Khizr Khan. So he appointed Khizr Khan the governor of Multan over there. Taimur, he appointed Khizr Khan. Before that, Khizr Khan was one of the journal of the Tughlaqs, but after that he appointed Taimur invaded India. He appointed Dipti in India. Okay, he appointed as a Dipti in India to Khizr Khan. So after that, after Sayyid dynasty, so many rulers rule over there. So name of the kings we have to learn it, like Mubarak Shah came to power in this dynasty, in Sayyid dynasty. After Mubarak Shah, Muhammad Shah raised to power. Mubarak Shah, Muhammad Shah, and Alauddin Shah, the last ruler, Alauddin Shah. So after Alauddin Shah, this dynasty came to end, and Alauddin Shah was not able to hold the territory, so that's why he gave his territory to Behlol Lodi. So he built the new dynasty over there after Sayyid dynasty, that is Lodhi dynasty. Behlol Lodhi was the first who founded the Lodhi dynasty, as Alauddin Shah hand over his territories to Behlol Lodhi. Clear? Governor of Lahore and Sindh. He was a governor. Clear? Now after he founded the Lodhi dynasty, so among the Lodhi ruler after Behlol Lodhi, Sikandar Lodhi is there. Sikandar Lodhi was there. Sikandar Lodhi also one of the great ruler, and he submitted so many, he captured so many territories of India in his empire. He conquered Jaunpur, Bihar, Ganting Plank, and submitted in his dynasty. So after Sikandar's one other one is Ibrahim Lodhi. He came to power. Ibrahim Lodhi. So Ibrahim Lodhi, he failed to gain the support of nobles Afghans. Nobles were there in that area, so he failed to gain the support of nobles, Ibrahim Lodhi. So because of that reason only he was not popular among them, and the fight was they fought with each other, nobles as well as Ibrahim Lodhi. The one war was there inside the court. So because of that reason, Ibrahim Lodhi's uncle as well as Daulat Khan Lodhi, two persons were there. They invited Babur to attack on it. Clear? So they invited Babur, his uncle, and Daulat Khan Lodhi. They invited that to Ibrahim Lodhi, invited Babur to invade India, and when Babur came over there, so one major big fight was there. The name of that fight is the fight of Panipat. So 1526 the date we have to learn it, that come in your paper. 1526, the famous battle was fought between Ibrahim Lodhi and Babur. The name of that battle is Battle of Panipat in 1526. So after that Babur crushed the powers of Lodhis over there and brought the Delhi Sultanate in down. Thank you.